Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody, and I've got a short video today because we're going to look at another forgotten action figure line, and this one is one of the most unforgotten. This is one of the most unforgotten. Can't even get out. This is one of the most unforgettable. This is one of the most forgettable action figure lines that I've done so far because there's very little information about this. I could hardly find anything about it or the toy company. Now, these were a set of military toys released in 1982 by a company called Porter Play. I hope I said that right. P-O-R-T-A, Porter Play. And these actually hit stores before G.I. Joe. So this was an early military line that you could get if you before G.I. Joe. When I say before G.I. Joe, I mean the small size G.I. Joe. Of course, the big G.I. Joe and everything was out in the 60s. But these hit the small scale hit before the G.I. Joe did. And there's 12 different ones. Again, the line is called Military One. And what I like about it, the unique card design is a gold one. But let's look at the 12 figures released in the line. There was an action figure. There was a female Air Force figure. I couldn't find an Air Force male figure, unless maybe you count a pilot action figure or the paratrooper. Shocking if they didn't make the male. There was an Army male figure and an Army female figure. A beret. I always think green beret, but he's wearing a red beret. Frogman, that's the guy that swims around the ocean. A Marine male and a Marine female. A male Navy action figure and a female Navy action figure. There was the paratrooper. A pilot. And you had to have a bad guy in the line, right? A terrorist. Again, I can find no pictures of an Air Force male, which is be kind of surprising if they didn't do. I also discovered one card that said Police One, but I could find no information about a toy line called Police One. And you can tell here, I just found this picture of this lot that has this one figure called Police One, which is odd. I don't know if they made a whole figure of that. It's very odd. Now, these things are rare. I've never seen them come up on eBay. I did go on eBay just to search to make sure again, and I found one that sold for like $3 a couple months ago. Other than that, if you check current, sold, that's all you find is that one. It was a 3 set that sold not too long ago. A lot of people don't know about this line. Again, released in 1982, hitting stores before the G.I. Joe line. As you know what success G.I. Joe was. Now, another thing interesting is if you look at the back of the card on the female figures, it shows all 4 female figures and it shows a picture of the figure. But there's no male figures. But if you look at the back of the card for the male figures, there's no female figures. And they don't even show the figures. They just show a drawing of the figure. And even on the back of that, there's no Air Force male, which again is very surprising that they would do a female and not a male. And what is this toy company? I don't know. I could find very little information about it except on the back of the card it says they are from New York City. Did they make other toys? I'm sure they had to have made other toys. Did they just buy these from like some Hong Kong company, import them over here and sell them? I'm not really sure. So, hey, if you got more information about these figures, let me know. They're okay looking. They're not the greatest looking figures, but they're not horrible. Sometimes the hats seem like they're really out of proportion to the bodies. And they don't come with any cool gadgets. There's no bazookas or anything to make them really fun. And then you only got one bad guy. But overall, it's a really neat line to think they hit before G.I. Joe. And hey, who knows, but these could have been the G.I. Joe line. Now, I said they hit before G.I. Joe, but again, the 12-inch was out. But I'm talking about small scale. But this is a look at the forgotten action figure line, Military One. Well, let me know if you know any more about this. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video, or maybe not. But I always like to bring you some forgotten toys, and that's a look at one of the most forgotten toys I've come across. Thank you for watching.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.